Anyway, moving on. Tell me something about you that most people don't know.
Something that most people don't know, that I have struggled with depression ever since I was a teenager.
Mm.
And that was part of what contributed to my nine failures as well, is I would get stuck and then I would just start mentally bashing myself, and I would go on these periods of months of just hard to get out of bed, hard to just no confidence, no conviction in myself. And it was just like repeating the cycle. It just felt torturous for 7, 8 years. Um, and yeah, I don't think many people know that. I don't know that I've
Yeah,
shared that. I probably shared it once or twice, but not something I've
yeah.
talked about much.
Yeah, and it's a serious issue, depression and mental health, and it's something that I advocate a lot on my show because I've suffered with it, family members have suffered with it. It's becoming more talked about, but I still think there's a little bit of a stigma towards it with people's "Oh, just pull yourself together" mentality. So thank you for your vulnerability. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sure. And to expand on that a little bit, just in
Yeah, sure.
case, in the service of others, in case someone else is listening that can relate, is I got a lot of confidence in the first franchise doing well, and it created a lot of confidence and momentum for me. But it was still, I could go on these highs for 7, 8 months where I felt great, and then it could hit these deep and dark points for a while. And I remember listening to Mel Robbins. Have you ever
Mm.
heard of Mel
Yeah, yeah,
Robbins?
of course.
And I remember one day listening to one of her things. I just always loved her approach, just very
Yeah.
real, very authentic, vulnerable. And I remember one day her sharing that she had been on like Prozac for the last 20 years,
Wow.
and that there's nothing wrong with getting help and taking medication. And
Yeah.
and up until that point, I remember my wife over the years like, hey, maybe you should like see a psychiatrist, like take some medicine. And I was like, no, like I was a part of that kind of Tony Robbins law of attraction, like,
Yeah.
like I can control my state.
Yeah.
And it was right around the time or right before starting this business that I did get help, and I started taking medication, and things have been completely different
So
since.
do you not have the dips now, or not as deep, not as severe?
Not even close to as deep. Maybe 10 to 20%
Right.
the
Wow.
depth of what it used to be. It's wild. And I've tried to credit it to. I started working out more again. I started eating, but
But
I had done all
what
that.
comes first? Yeah. Yeah.
I had done all that before too, though. Not, and it wasn't like lasting. So I just learned that, hey, when it runs in my family, on my mom and dad's side and stuff like that. In my earlier years, I just thought, that stuff, I don't believe in that whole your mind creates your reality. And I think there's components of that are true, but what I've experienced is that taking medication has been very helpful for me. And it's,
How long have you been on it? Can I ask?
I think, pretty much around when I started this business, so probably half years. I don't know that we would be where we are with this business if I hadn't.
Wow. That's amazing. You should celebrate that every day. That,
I do.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. As I said before, thank you for your vulnerability. I really do appreciate it. What does legacy mean to you?
I think a legacy is it's like like a ripple effect in the water. It's creating impact that goes beyond me. And it's impact that you don't even know that you'll have. I
Mm.
think that's what creating a legacy is. I think a true legacy comes from an unselfish place because you have no idea the ripple effect that you can have.
Absolutely. I'm going to come back to the question. What
Yeah, I'm ready.
advice? What's the best piece of advice you've been given?
I don't know that it was very direct advice, maybe more general, but it was seek progress over perfection. And that was a
I
game changer for me.
There's a business owner entrepreneur in the UK who wrote a book. I haven't actually read the book, ironically, but I love the title of the book. Start now, get perfect later. You just get rid of procrastination completely. Like, just do it. Just start it. And I've read other books from Rob Moore, and he's an amazing business owner. He's in real estate as well. Love that mentality, and I try and implement that in my business all the time. In that, just do it. Like another like Nike advert. Just do it. Just do it. If you get feedback that it's crap, okay, you can do it again. But just start, and then you can iterate it. You can get better at it. You can then progress with it. But if you don't start, then you won't get to the progression stage. And there's so many people out there, and I'm sure there's people listening and watching now that procrastinate a lot. I've got people in my family who procrastinate, and I just repeat to them, start now, get perfect later. You'll work it out as you go along. So I think that's good advice.
It's so true. There's so many examples of it. One could be, okay, someone's like, all right, I want to get in better shape, right? And like, all right, I got to get like the perfect routine and start reading all these like routines, and I'm going to do this and this. And another person is, I'm just going to go to the gym right now, and I'm just going to start doing shit. And it's like, now their strategy is important, right? One of the things that I learned from Tony Robbins is, the whole, you do have to have the right strategy. He would use the analogy of running east looking for a sunset. So at some point, you'll need to dial in that strategy, but get started first, and you can figure out the strategy as you're making progress.
Yeah, absolutely. And lastly, where can people find you if they want to reach out to you or get to know more about you?
Yeah, a couple places. If you're on LinkedIn, look me up on LinkedIn, Tariq Johnson, TRIQ. Send me a connection request. Let me know that you found me on Mark's podcast. You go to franchiseempire.com and you can see all about what we do. And then YouTube, type my name into YouTube and you can see all sorts of kind of videos that we've made on franchising and a lot of different topics. We're actually getting ready to change up some style of videos on my personal channel and keeping all the franchise stuff on the Franchise Empire channel. So that's going to be interesting. I'm a little nervous about it.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be fine. If there's anything to go by, what a wonderful conversation. I've had an absolute riot. It's been an amazing conversation. Thank you so much for your time today. And likewise. I really appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.